Hey everybody, I'm going to be talking about a tool today called Lumen5. Lumen5 is a tool that allows you to take static content that's on a website or a blog, for instance. So in my case, my IT and cybersecurity blog, and automate the process of ingesting that information and turning it into dynamic content via videos that you're able to take and then share out on various social media platforms to uh, attract more attention and draw more interest into the information and knowledge that you're trying to share with others. So it's free to use initially. So if we go and kind of look at their pricing structure, in my case, I just use the Lumen5 free forever, which is pretty awesome. And it has, I mean, I don't know how many millions of images and photos that you're able to use for free. 3,000 music tracks, which is pretty cool, and allows you to make up to 5 videos a month. So in my case, I'm really only using it to create previews for the blog articles that I'm writing. So for me, 5 videos a month is perfect. Although if you want to spend a little bit more money and get a little bit wider range of content and get rid of their branding, or get really HD video, things like that, then yeah, you can go ahead and spend the extra money. But out of the box for free, I think it's really fantastic. So if you create an account and you go and you log in, it actually will take you to workspaces. And if we go back to where we actually at before, it will allow you to see all the content that you previously created, which is not quite what I want to show you just yet. What I wanted to show was that it actually learns from the information you've already put in here. So when I log in, initially, this is the page that I get. So there's kind of a few different things here that you can do. You can just put in a URL for where you want to go to pull the content down from. So, you put in your blog stuff. Or this one, since it knows that this is where I've been pulling, the website I've been pulling all my information down from, it actually highlights other URLs that I haven't used yet. And then the ones that I've previously used. So pretty much all of the different pages that kind of fall underneath that hierarchy on the website, and says, hey, do you want to take and make a video out of all of those? So today, I actually was working on making one for my blog article on Hack5's Sharkjack, or is what I refer to the Baby Yoda of network attack tools. So we can go and take a look and see kind of what I've already done today, and kind of walk through the process of, going start to finish, and you'll see how easy and intuitive it is to actually do this in a relatively short period of time. So if we go back to the video, so when you actually go and input in a URL, it will ask you, which type of format do you want the video to use. I actually have already created a templated format based off of what I've done with my previous videos. So it'll give you an option for whichever type of social media you might be putting it on. In this case, I'm actually doing it in the Twitter format. It allows you an extra 20 seconds of video time, but it's still the same ratio as YouTube. So that means that I'll actually get the raw file, which I can upload onto Twitter, and then I can upload onto YouTube. So that's pretty cool. As far as the style, like I said, I already have my brand preset up here. But if we go and look at additional things that you can do within your brand preset. So I have, an outro page already set up. So this gets attached to the bottom of every video that I do. You can change the color palettes and stuff like that, or you could even change the theme altogether if you wanted to. They have a whole bunch of different themes to kind of match the style that you're going for. So if we go back to what I was under there with my video here, if we go back to the story, what we end up seeing is on the left-hand side, they've gone and they've downloaded all of the content from the blog, from the URL I provided them. And they kind of take different sections here and copy and paste, well, I shouldn't say copy and paste, they ingest it over into these different tiles. And each tile represents, in this case, a default of 7 seconds. So they kind of marry up a certain, a couple sentences with a background image that they pull from the website itself. Now, I've already gone through and spent probably about maybe 20 minutes or so kind of rearranging these in a way, modifying them, changing the text, which is very easy to do. You just click in. If you want to highlight something, you hit the highlight button. You can change the text size here if you want to do that. If there's a sentence that makes sense for what you want and you want to use it, all you got to do is double click. Really, really easy. And then what happens is it will end up loading it on a new tile over here, and it will try to find a background that it thinks matches with some of the keywords that you have in your phrase. So for me, since most of the stuff here that I write about is related to tech and cybersecurity, it does a pretty good job of matching background content. Sometimes I do have to change it out because it might not necessarily make sense. I also like to, not use the same background in all of my videos. But, for just clicking a button and it trying to put something together, I think it will save you a lot of time. So let's get rid of those because I actually don't need those. Okay. I want to see what else I kind of wanted to show here. So you can actually preview each individual one of these if you want to. Now, the other thing that I've already done here is pick out my music that I want. So they got 3,000 different tracks that you can choose from. This is the one that I like, that I use on all of my different videos. I think it's it kind of goes with a tech/cyber theme, has a good, beat to it, makes sense. But you can search for any type of music that you want, and they probably have something that will match kind of the theme or the kind of emotions that you're trying to elicit with, the information that you're sharing. So, I mean, just for kicks and giggles, we'll hit a few of these just so you can kind of hear them. But as you can see, I mean, you got a pretty wide range of different type of music that you can select. So since I already have mine and I've already clicked on it, it's already selected to be what's going to be here. So you can either go and preview the whole video altogether, or you can preview the individual slides. You see in this case, you'll see kind of it adds the motion of the text with the motion of the background, and depending upon what you're using in the background there, most of these images here were taken from the website and ingested, but there are a few that since I added verbiage or pulled stuff over that they didn't pull over, then they add their own background to it. So for instance here, or this one here. Right, so you kind of just pick stuff that kind of goes with the story that you're trying to tell, and if you like the background, cool. If you don't, then you just go over to the media section. You can search for whatever you want to search for. So let's say we wanted to look at firewall. Okay, so they got a bunch of stuff that kind of gets tagged as firewalls. Whether it is or isn't, that's up to you. But all of this stuff is free. That says free up in the corner, stuff that you need the higher level of membership for actually will have like the little crown thing, and that's kind of underlying through the entire site. Anything that has the crown for crown options, stuff like that. So for instance, if you wanted to let's see, upload certain things, for instance music, if I wanted to upload music, that is a thing that I need a higher level of subscription to be able to do that. So if we go back to the firewall, so the other cool thing is you can tag these if these are favorites, so that you know that you can use them again and again, which is kind of nice. GIFs, you can upload your own images if you wanted to. That's pretty cool. You'll see that I kind of did that there with what I use for my branding on my last outro page. So I think that is pretty much the gist of how you know, go through, try and tell a story. I like to try and give some information that's useful for somebody who just watches the video. But ideally, the purpose is to make the video interesting enough where it makes you want to actually go to the website and read the whole blog, right? And that's where the real meat and potatoes is of the useful knowledge to share with folks that they can go back and implement, you know, in their home labs or in their environment or whatnot. So once you're cool with everything that you did here, then you can go and you can do a preview of the whole thing. So we'll do that. And, you know, when I'm looking at the preview, I'm really just making sure that all my spelling is good, that I've highlighted correctly on the words that I really want to pop on each of the different slides. Make sure the backgrounds make sense. And I'm pretty, you know, as long as I'm pretty happy with everything here, then it will kind of just wrap up. And then I'm ready to take it and download it and share it on whichever social media platforms I want to use it on, upload it to YouTube, all of that. So that about wraps that up. We can kind of get to the end of this because I've already reviewed this and I'm pretty good with it. So there is this made with Lumen video at the end. You can get rid of that if you want to pay for the you know, the next level of membership. And then once you're done with it, then you have some options as far as sharing it via link or downloading it, which is what I'm going to do. And then just go forth and share your information. So again, if you have any questions, just hit me up. I'm happy to, you know, share my experiences with it. You know, find me on Twitter, jbizzle703. Or, you know, find me on YouTube on my company's page, Cyber&Sight. That's with an ampersand sign instead of and. Yeah, love to hear from you.